again. So in this video I'm going to show you how I've fitted the grey water wastewater tank under the rear of the fire engine. I keep getting asked for lots of different videos about the fire engine and I'm trying to do as many as I can, but there's only so many bits and pieces I need to fix on it and add to it. So this video is recorded over the last couple of days and hope you like it. So here we go. So this here is the new wastewater tank. This one's going to go under the back of the fire engine. 55 litres I think, quite sturdy construction. Around this side we've got three of these large inlets. I've got to join two of those together because I only need one, and just down here we've got a drain tap, so I'm probably going to need to extend the output of the drain tap so that it runs in a sensible place rather than just under the wheels somewhere. So I'm going to set about now fixing up some hose on here, short piece of hose to join two of these together and just make sure these are all nicely tightened in there, so hopefully there won't be too many leaks. So this one's tightened up. I'm just going to tighten this one up as much as I can. There we go. That's good. This one probably go a little bit tighter by hand. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so they're all tight. Next thing is I've got these stainless Jubilee clips. These will fit on here and allow me to just join these two outlets together. I don't need three outlets or inlets, I just need one. There, so that's that locked off. That one's going to be where my wastewater goes in, and that's where it's going to come out. So there's the 55 litre wastewater tank and the homemade subframe that I've put together to support it under the truck. It's going to go under there. There's more than enough space under there to install this, so I'm going to go under there in a moment and show you where it's going to go. This subframe is made out of 20mm box with a couple of pieces of angle to support the tank, and the tank is made out of plastic, not particularly expensive, about 80-90 quid, something like that. Now this cross member here is going to be where my homemade subframe is going to bolt onto. I've got to drill two holes in this bit, and just the other end of this sort of void, I'll show you that in a moment, there's another one of these where the other end of the subframe is going to fit. So there's tons of room under here, really loads of room. So this is going to be ideal for the 55 litre waste tank. So just looking back in the other direction, there's the other cross member which I've got to drill to support my subframe. So I'm going to jack up the subframe into this space and mark the holes and drill them now. Just about to go under this part of the truck to fit these two brackets that I've made to support the tank. There's a bolt at each end. I'm just going to fit those in, show you that happening. So I don't know if you can see under here, but this is the support for the floor, and I've just drilled holes in here and put a bit of paint on to protect it. So that's this bracket fixed in here to this cross member. The other side over here. At the front we've got this one up here and the one just over the other way there. I don't know if you can see that. Might be able to see that. Might be a bit too close, but that should be all the brackets fitted in. few more parts for the water system have now arrived. The CBE tank gauge is here, and a couple of the other odds and ends, little clips and taps, etc. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to fit the CBE wastewater tank probes into the tank, and then hopefully get the tank fitted under the truck. So that part of the job is over. I'm just going to take you through that now, what I'm going to do to make that work properly. So this is the CBE kit, the MT214G kit. I'm going to open that up now and show you what's inside. There's the manual. Manual shows you how to install the gauges in the two tanks. This is the one we're going to be doing today, where these two probes are slightly offset, 40mm apart. So yeah, we'll do that shortly. This is the panel meter. It's got the freshwater level there, and when you press this button they both light up, but this one shows you if the wastewater is full. It's the freshwater tank gauge probe. These can be cut down, and I'm going to have to cut these two down by about 50mm and this one down by about 50mm to give me the correct readings for my tank, because the tank I've got for the freshwater is a shallow tank, probably come down to about here. Lots of cabling, probably cut that down to the correct length, so I don't like too much cabling coiled up here and there. So yeah, plenty of that, but that'll be a job for another day when I eventually wire it all up. One other thing just to look at is the whole system is powered by these two black and red cables here to the back of the gauge itself. So there's no power to the tanks or any of the other connecting bits and bobs, just these two. So when you press that button, the system's activated and it shows you these levels. Last bit in the kit are these two probes. These are the probes that need to go into the waste tank. They need to be set about 40mm apart on the tank to show you the correct level. So I'm going to drill those holes in the tank shortly and fit these in, and I'll show you how that works. So this is the top of the tank where I've got to drill the holes. Well, it's actually the end of the tank, but I'm going to drill the holes in this position, makes it easier. So I've got one hole here, which is a little pilot hole. And this one here is 40mm across and 40mm up from the other hole. The reason I've chosen these points is this one here is at the lower end of the input. So once it's reached that point there, the level has got to that point in the tank, I know that the tank is going to be full, and I know that when the gauge says it's full, it really is full. What I need to do now is drill these holes out. These are 10mm holes that are required here, so I'm going to drill those out now, and we're going to fit these rubber nutsert things. So these nutserts just push into these holes. They've got a small spade terminal on, which will be used to connect the wires a little later on when it's under the truck. There we are, those are plenty tight enough. Nothing's going to leak out of that. Probably just need to trim this edge off here just to make it tidy. I don't need this to stick out at all, and it's not insulation, it's purely as a cushioning layer on the bottom of the truck so the tank doesn't rub on the bottom of the truck. I've got the tank fully prepared now, so the only thing to do in here is to look at the threaded rod which I'm going to use to support the tank underneath the truck. Cut that to length, prepare that so I can easily get the nuts on the end, and just get that ready so I can fit the tank back under the truck. This is the threaded rod that I'm going to be using. It's M8 stainless steel. Just need to have a look at how long that really needs to be in order to support the tank in the truck. So I'm just going to go out and measure that, because I think it needs to be cut down by about 70 millimeters. I bought these are 40 centimeters, 400 millimeters long, but I think they've probably got to be about that long. They don't need to be much longer than that. And I don't really want to cut these off underneath the truck, because that's just going to leave a really messy end of a piece of threaded rod, which is going to be quite tricky to get the nut on. I've got the tank roughly fitted in the truck now, and I need to cut these pieces of threaded rod down by about 90 millimeters. So I'm going to go back to the workshop now and just trim those up. Got 4 of those to make, and then I should be able to finish putting the tank in the truck. Interesting with this GoPro, you can see the lens distortion. This is a straight piece of threaded rod. So we go, about 90 mil. Doesn't have to be super accurate. So what I'm going to do now is put a piece of tape on the thread so I can just grip that in the vise. Again, I'm not really worried about the thread because it's only threaded rod. I'm not using the full thread. Let me dress up this. So I've just taken any burrs off there. Just going to try this nut on the end. So that's fine. So I've only got four of these to do. 1 done, 3 to go. So that is going to secure the tank under the truck. Hopefully you can see under here that I've got this piece of neoprene tape which I'm going to use to sandwich between this piece of 20mm angle and the bottom of the tank, just to give it something to compress onto. Hopefully you can see the tank. There it is under the truck. It's pushed up against the floor of the truck with these cross members holding it up, and the threaded rod and the custom made brackets left and right. That's a 56 litre tank under the rear of the fire engine. Very pleased with that. Plumb it up now, up there, run a hose along there, and that job's done. That's the end of this video. The 55 litre wastewater tank is under the back of the fire truck. The next video I'm going to try and install this 60 litre freshwater tank underneath the front of the truck, so look out for that one. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.